Ladies and gentlemen, is your favorite comedian, your favorite African mother. They call me the mother one of Africa, Mama Toby, in the building with Niger.com. So please watch this interview, enjoy yourself. If you like me, I like you. If you don't like me, I don't like you. Let's go there. Comedy for me started in school. When I was in high school, a lot of my friends used to, I used to just be the class clown. Like I would say something funny, and my friends would be like, this guy, you should be a comedian, no? Just play, they would say. But then when I finished high school, I moved to the States. When I moved to the States, I started college. Then I met a lot of friends, like, Komi is one of them. I come the boy that does You Have Joined Gang. So I met him and, we used to like crack jokes, just insult each other. And then he was like, dude, man, you should be a comedian. And I was like, I would think about it. But it just picked up. And then a radio show came and, he talked to someone that Fox a P and put me on the radio show. And from there, things picked up and I became a comedian. And I just took it serious. It wasn't easy. I remember like I used to, and then I was in the Marines too, so I would like go do my Marine stuff in the morning. And then when I get back in the evening, like I get off work at like 4. And then when I get back, a lot of my friends back then, like when I get back to, back to the dorm, like I would see my friends like playing PlayStation, like going to the gym or like just going out of town to go do stuff. But I had classes, so like I would just stay back, like I would sit with my classes from like 4 or 5 to like 11 at night. And then I'll just go to bed, and I had to wake up at like 6 in the morning to run and do all the like, Marine stuff. But it wasn't easy though, I'll be honest with you, it was crazy. But it's just something when you put your mind to something. I wanted a college degree. My parents wanted me to get a bachelor's degree, regardless of what I was doing. So, and I wanted to be a comedian, and I didn't want anything to affect being a comedian. And so I just did school. I just made sure I finished up school, and then I could do, African parent now. Have you do? Okay. Now you can do comedy. Okay. Yeah. So like you said, tell your own story. I feel like everybody, you're a product of your environment, where you come from. So I knew I had a story to tell, and I had to, tell it the right way with the right, character and everything. So it was very easy for me to like just pick up. I was lucky to like be around my mom growing up a lot. So I picked up a lot of things that she did, like the way she mannerism, like how she acts and everything. So it was very easy for me to, to say, I want to be an African mom. And I used to watch a lot of videos, and when a lot of these African comedians coming up, a lot of people, the only thing you can actually put out there when you actually start is things you get from your parents, because that's what you see growing up. So I saw a lot of like the African comedians, and I just felt like some things were left out. The little stuff, the little details were left out. So I just kind of, I took it upon myself to just be that African mother that's about the little stuff, So and it was easy for me. My mom is a very I tell people like, people think I'm funny. Like if you meet my mom is ridiculously funny, So and I just picked up things that she did, and it was just easy, It was just, I just told my story that way, So it was way easy for me. I would, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that I feel like I would still have been a comedian if I really wanted to go that route, But I felt like going to the States, it's a country where like when you get there, you can be so many things, unless you just don't want to be so many things. You can be what you want to be. So, I feel like if I was back home, I would have probably been, I probably just went the college route, like, the school, African parents, just with school. I was going to do banking and finance in Unilag, So I felt like I was just going to Unilag, did banking and finance, graduate Unilag and just get a job. Like I'll probably working at GTB or UBA, But so when I traveled, things changed. I had to come up with a new plan, and the plan was, getting into school, joining the Marines, and doing comedy on the side. Comedy was something I was just gonna do on the side, and it just overshadowed everything. And I just became that guy that people don't even remember I'm in the Marines, or people don't even remember, I have a college degree. They just see me like, Mama Toby, and it's paying. So. So, well, the army is, we always do soldiers, but the army is more about ground combat. It's more on the ground. The Marines is ground and water and air too sometimes. It's like amphibious. So it's like the whole package. So we have the Navy. The Navy is like water. So the Marines are like under the Navy. It's just right there, just to support. And they're like the first line of defense. So if anything happens, the Marines are like the first to go out on the ground. So it's pretty challenging, but I guess I didn't have that chance, you know, honestly. I guess that was what it is. I didn't have that chance to do that before I traveled. I feel like if I had the chance to do it, or maybe I like a traditional, like, you know, like I was like, maybe your dad was in the army, your dad was a general, you know, something. Maybe if I was like Buhari's son now, you know. But I guess I didn't have that choice when I was back there. But going back now, I already told them if they'll give me a captain rank, I would join. If they'll give me a captain rank, Baba will carry the gun. We went anywhere. Boko Haram, Boko, anything Boko, we find them. You know, but it's just what I thought. Because when I got back, my dad's friend was actually like, come here, sit down. You know, they're like, come here, sit down. What are you doing? I was like, Dad, you know, blah, blah, blah. I just, he said, why don't you go and join the NDA? You know, Nigerian Defense Academy. Why don't you join them and see? So I was asking my cousin, I was like, yo, Dad is saying something about NDA. Like, what's up with NDA? You know, the other one was like, NDA. I was like, what rank will I start? They were like, oh, first list. I was like, no, they should hold their NDA. I should remember it. So if I feel like if they give me a good rank, like start like a captain or something, you know, if they would recognize the past things that I've done, I would do it. I never joined because of papers. I got it when I was I went in the States when I was under 18. So I was actually a citizen because of my dad, and I didn't even know I was a citizen till maybe like last year self. You know, I knew I was a citizen, but I didn't even see my blue passport till I needed to travel. I didn't even know anything. I just went to my dad one day, Dad, do you have my blue passport? He said, oh yes, so it's in the wardrobe, go and take it. And then when I went to go grab it, and I used it. Because when I came in, my dad was a citizen, so that one was just, you know, but yeah, but people don't like me because of that, because a lot of my friends, they tell me what they have to go through, how many pants they have to wash. Oh, God, forget, if you enter Yankee, you wash pants too. Big ones. No, for me, I didn't have to do that, you know, my dad looked out, that's one of the reasons I respect my dad. He looked out for me, you know. I honestly just joined the Marines just because I felt like I wanted to do it, you know, because of the challenges. And they wanted to pay for my school, college education. That was why. That was a big factor. You know, I was like, hey, what will you guys give me if I join? You get this, you get that, but we'll pay for your bachelor's degree, we'll pay for your master's degree and your PhD if you want to do it. I was like, give me the paper. Babatobi was my dad too, you know, but I didn't really pick up things with my dad until I got to the state, because my dad was in the state. So when I was back home, I was always around my mom, so it was easy for me to. But then when I went into the state and I was staying with my dad, then I was able to, you know, come up with stuff and, you know, come up with ideas that I can do, you know. Babatobi is just my main character, and I just do Babatobi on the side, Captain Billy Rasaki, you know, a bunch of other stuff. I think there is, honestly. But when you say Instagram comedian, I don't mean Instagram like the word you get. But I feel like if you use that as a platform to you know, for people to know about you, I feel like it's, you know, you can't just wake up on that and say, you know what, you know, you get what I'm saying, it's part of you, you know. But and I also feel like it's two ways now, and I think it's just technology, and I just think like everybody, at the end of the day, people still need to sink into it. You know, a lot of the traditional comedians too, you know, that went like the basketball route, the Sheila route, the Bovie route, you know, they're all comedians that we all respect too. But I still feel like, you know, because you came up with technology and you kind of just blew up fast, and I still think it's still hard work, because I mean, for the Instagram guys, because a lot of people sometimes say Instagram comedian, like it's something easy, but it's really not. You know, and I'm saying this on behalf of like the other Instagram comedians, Chief Obi, I Am Coming, African A, Dulo, a lot of this SLK, Wole, Arole, all these guys. I'm saying it on behalf of everybody. It's not something easy. You know, you have to. It's something you need to learn. You need to really understand. Shooting videos, angles, editing videos. Editing is the crazy part. You know, one mistake can mess up a whole video for you, and you have to shoot it like another 3 hours. You know, so but I feel like there is something like an Instagram comedian. But you know, I feel like if you're doing both, because that's the end product at the end of the day. If you start on Instagram, you're still gonna move to the other side. So I feel like if you move to the other side and, you know, you're doing both, you know, I just feel like you're a comedian. But if people call you Instagram comedian, I don't take offense to it. You know, First of all, like, I mean, it's a process. You know, you have the brainstorming process. Sometimes I can just sit down and I'm thinking about ideas, and this is not even ideas I'm gonna shoot today. This ideas I'm gonna have time to shoot like maybe next week. But you know, sometimes I just have my phone and I'm brainstorming, thinking about ideas. If I have a pen, I'll write it down. If I don't have a pen, I put it in my notes. I put it down like, okay, after okay, this, and then you have to, I call that like the imagination process, where like you just imagine what you want to shoot. Like I do that a lot. Like imagine everything. Okay, Mama Toby comes out of this door. Toby's there. This is there. This is there. When I imagine that, and then I actually execute, shoot the videos. When you shoot the skit, it depends on the idea. Some ideas, you're done. Some you have to change like multiple times. Also depending on the characters you're using. If you're using 4, 5, 1, 2, like I do like multiple characters a lot. So you know I do Baba Toby, Mama Toby, Toby. Sometimes I have to change 3 times, different characters, and I have to be different people. So it's not easy, but that's the process. When I do that and then I shoot the videos, when I have the files, put it on my MacBook, and then I edit the videos and then I post it. Yes. So the money aspect is pretty easy. If you do videos, first of all, you can monetize your content, but that's not even easy. That's not even easy. That's not fast money. That's money where like you put your content out, you wait for the money to come in. But the big of making money is when you do this skit, people know you're funny. You know, you start getting calls for shows. You know, I've been on a lot of. I was at Mr. Isaac's show in December in Lagos last year. I can't even count how many shows I've been to. When you start doing stuff like that, and they see that you're funny, it's a numbers game. When they see that you're pulling numbers, they're gonna be like, okay, this guy can add something to the show, invite him. So they bring you to the show, you perform, you do all these things, and then you have the wedding gigs too. It's not just shows. You know, I host club parties. I get paid. You do like, you MC your wedding. That's like the big money. You MC your wedding, you get paid. You do like just the little comedy shows, we get paid. And there's one thing where the Instagram comedians are not doing. Whereby we have this market, whereby like, you know, we pretty much made a market for ourselves. So we can do a show based off just Instagram comedians. You know, like I did a show, Mama Toby Untamed in Canada. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was 15 comedians. Those were 15 Instagram comedians that I knew that they were funny and they were good. I didn't have, people were like, yo, why don't you add like the traditional guys like this? I was like, no, I want just the Instagram guys, you know, because it's a market. So I did that, you know, the show was sold out, you know, sold out with a lot of people, and I, you know, of course, paid all these guys and everything, and that's how we do it. You know, sometimes of course we support each other, but you know, if I would do it, if you're Chief Obi or I am coming out, like, you know, if I want to get you for a show, we can just do like, okay, I'm not gonna pay you this much because I'm gonna do your show too. You know, just support each other. But money comes in, and then we have the campaigns. You know, people charge them, and people want you to make skits for them. Oh, I want you to, can you do like 3 skits for my brand or this and you know? So money comes in. You know, I know guys will do it full time. African Aid full time. A lot of these other guys, Chief Obi full time. These guys are making the conflict. So what I do with my comedy, it's I try to understand my fans. I try to understand you know, understand the age group, the people that watch and pay attention. You know, and of course, sex is something that, you know, that age when everybody's like, hey, Jesus Christ, what's that? You get what I'm saying? You know, so it's a market thing. It's something I know that, you know, I mean, of course, there's gonna be that 10% or 5% that says, this guy's talking about sex too much. But it's also that other like 80, 70, 90% that they like it. So if the reason I keep doing this is because it works. You know, if it doesn't work, I will stop. Then that's the reason I keep doing it, because it works, you know. But I mean, do I see the comments about it being too much? Sometimes, yes, I do. And sometimes that's why I try to dive into other characters, and I do Captain Bilerasaki, you know, the Taylor episodes, the pilot, the banker. You know, I do a lot of other stuff that doesn't even include sex. But you know, when you're talking about the Mama Toby, you know, Toby character and Baba Toby, you know, sometimes it's just, you know, an African growing up and stuff like that. It's just something that's just so difficult to not talk about them. So you know, pretty much I just signed with Temple Management, the Temple Management company. Amazing guys, you know. I just, you know, they already treat me like family. You know, we've been around all day, just, you know, just having fun. It's not even like, I don't even feel like I'm under like a management company. I feel like I'm with my brothers. You know, we just go around, we talk, you know, we have the same like opinions about stuff, and it's very good. And you know, that's the point, because you know, I've been doing this Mama Toby Instagram thing for a while now, posting videos on Instagram, and people are like loving it and stuff. But you know, what is that next level? You know, there's always a next level to things, you know. And I'm a big fan of, I don't know if you know Tyler Perry. I'm a big fan, and you know, I see what she's doing with Madea, what she's doing like the movies, and how she just went from like, how she just took it mainstream and like, yeah, yeah, you know, and how you just took it mainstream with the, you know, with that character, and you know, and I say to myself sometimes, I can do it, you know, it's a monopoly in Lagos right now. No one is doing. I can do that. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like with this Mama Tobi character that I'm having, I'm in the right direction doing that. But can I do that? Can I be a force like Madea just on Instagram, just staying on Instagram? Because Madea is not just on. She's not just. Tyler Perry just didn't do Instagram and Instagram. He started doing full movies. If I didn't watch his movie, I wouldn't even know there was a Tyler Perry. You get what I'm saying? So you know, the Mama Tobi brand is all about going to the next level now. So you know, and I looked at a lot of the management companies and brand in Nigeria, and I saw that Tempo was actually a brand that I feel like I can work with to make that dream a reality. So, you know, like to my fans, you know, you guys should just watch out for like more Mama Tobi in like the movies and a lot more other stuff, not just Instagram videos. Am I still an Instagram comedian? Yes. I'm still gonna post my skits, I'm still gonna post on Instagram, I'm still gonna let you guys know what is going on through my Instagram. You know, but there are gonna be other platforms that Tempo is trying to put me on, and you know, I feel like that's the next level for me right now. In Nigeria, let me see. I'm trying to see if I have one. If I have one. I think I like what's his name? I think I like Clint the Drunk. Is that his? Yeah, I think I liked him. He wasn't doing the female. He wasn't doing the female thing, but he had that drunk thing going on. And like when you see it, you can't even, when you see him in person when it's normal, you can't even say this is the same person. And I feel like that's what I want to achieve. You know, I like him a lot. You know, so growing up, I think I would say him was like one of the guys that, you know, I watched and, you know, I really enjoyed watching. And then on the Yoruba side, I like Baba Suwe. You know, but I like Baba Suwe. It's like, it's funny. I like Baba Suwe. I like Mr. Latin. This guy Elesho, that one that can insult people with his mouth. Yeah, I like him too. And I like Papa Jasper too. You know, so watching Papa Jasper growing up. So, but yeah, but you know, when I got to that side, I saw Madea, and I just, you know, it just got my attention. I was like, how can he pull that off? You know, so it's just something that I would want to try out in Nigeria. If it works, to God be the glory. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your favorite comedian, Mama Tobi. Let me tell you something. I've been here with Nike.com and I'm having so much fun. You know, I know some people are watching me. Let me tell you something. The thing is, I know some of you are watching at home, like Yajigun, and you are so jealous. Your mind is blowing up that you are not sitting down on this chair with me. This chair is only for one person, Mama Tobi. If you want to sit on your chair, go to another place and sit down. So all my enemies watching me, if you love me, like I always say, I love you back. If you don't love me, okay? So Funke, Funke ti jáde. Catch you guys later. Keep watching, keep working.